guest in the basement. Oh, Daddy, can we see? Go tell him that the guest room is vacant. Welcome to the family.
Hello everyone and welcome to Final Show. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've just got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I want to let everybody know that our addresses have changed. Our Twitch channel has changed from Senstaku to twitch.tv/FinalShowFilms, and our YouTube channel has also changed to youtube.com/FinalShowFilms. Next, we want to thank our $20 tier supporters on Patreon, which is patreon.com/FFilms, by the way, if you want to go throw a couple bucks our way. That's going to be Cat Waterflame, Antitonic, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Monty. Thank you guys for that. Also, our website is in the process of getting updated, so go take a look at finalshowfilms.com. We've got Mara and Jeremy are working on updating all of our stuff there, making it look nice and like a modern website, and frankly, they know what they're doing far better than I or Austin ever did. So if you want to check out the things that are changing over there, you go do that. Follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films for updates for all future things, including things that are going on with our website and going on with the Patreon page, and things that are going on live as we stream them, as well as our podcasts and everything else. So thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a good day. And we're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Shadows of the Neon, our Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle that we're running here on Final Show Films. I am Jack, your storyteller for this whole hopefully consistent narrative. And I am joined tonight by our full cast of characters, starting with Craig, who is muted.
Hello! I did not think you were going to me first. I am Craig. I am back. I am playing Sal Moraro, the Glasswalker Ragabash.
And Holly.
I'm Holly. I am playing someone, Dakota. She is a Galliard. I'm sorry, I just forgot everything about my character.
And you're from the Uktena.
Lupus Uktena Galliard.
Thank you.
No problem. And John.
I'm John. I'm playing Hekau, Valko Hekau Petrovsky, a Hamid Silent Strider Theurge.
And Aaron.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Anastasia Umbros, Metis Galliard Silverfang.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Ingvar Ulfstoter, the Geta Fenris Aron.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Alexandra Core, Black Fury Philodox, or Philodox, or however you say that. I don't know. I'm going to say it differently every time. Metis.
And Jeremy, assuming he can hear us. Nope, he still can't hear us. And this is Jeremy, who plays Aiden, who is a child of Gaia, Hamid Philodox. And once he's done with work, he'll be joining us.
Yeah. Until then, you get a lovely view of his work face.
Yep. So, last time we were in Vegas, 7 werewolves of the Guru Nation took off into the Umbra at the behest of a crow spirit, seeking clues as to what is affecting the spirit world in the city. Their quest led them to the shadow of the Golden Nugget Casino, where a winning game of blackjack gained them a story of deprivation and an unseen menace consuming resources at the heart of Las Vegas. Returning to their newly manifested cairn, the series of misfits explained what they had found, and the crow spirit rewarded them by assuming the mantle of their pack totem. Back in the material world, they were all confronted by a flurry of activity as the Mojave Green Sept sprang into action to deal with a brand new cairn having appeared in their territory. The new pack selected Aiden Taylor as Alpha, before 3 ranking members of the Sept stepped in to somewhat begrudgingly commend the pack for their apparent role in making this cairn happen. Nobody really seems to know what to make of that. And then everyone prepared to retire for the evening, but not before Ingvar found herself asking Aiden about the name of the spirit that has apparently taken up residence in the heart of the cairn. We will come back to that scene, however, and begin waking up the next morning. All of you have had a full night's rest, and the sound that wakes you up the next morning is that of a fairly loud power drill running. Based on where you guys are at in the compound, it is probably closest to Hekau's apartment currently. And anybody else who's in that building? Because you're in, what, 3B, right?
I think so.
Right. And...
I don't remember that shit.
Okay. Well, but anyway, carpentry tools are being plied in the early hours of the morning as you guys wake up.
I'm going to limp my ass over there and see what the hell's going on.
I would like a recap for the amount of time that I couldn't hear.
You guys are waking up the next morning.
Okay.
But at this point, as we initially put a hold on Hekau going out to see who's running an electric drill at like 8:30 a.m., we will flash back to the evening before as Ingvar asks Aiden a question about a spirit's name.
Which I believe the exact question of, do you know anything about the name Menegwo?
I can't remember if I do or not.
You can give me an intelligence and occult roll if you want. Difficulty 8 on this, probably.
4.
Damn.
4 successes. Wow. Okay. So, you actually somehow know quite a bit about Menegwo. You know that the spirit is a member of Chimera's brood.
Okay.
There are various legends as to how the spirit originated, but all of them incorporate some common aspects. A massive battle fought that involved many Garou. And in the aftermath, once the battle had concluded, various parts of the corpses were collected and composited into a new spirit known as the Patchwork Wolf.
Okay.
He basically looks like the Frankenstein's monster version of a Garou. And he was given to Chimera to be part of that spirit's line and clan, as it were. Usually considered a juggling level. And has a great amount of knowledge since he is literally drawn from all of the tribes.
Okay. Why?
Because that was the name that I was given when I asked the creature that spoke to me in my dream what it was called.
Huh. I mean, huh. Okay, I guess kudos for asking. You know, I really should have bothered to question that. Huh.
The thing that faced me in my dream, I was suspicious might have been a glimpse of my ancestor that no one really knows, but Menegwo does not sound exactly like something of an ancient Fenrir, so...
Well, that would explain, nah. Yeah. Kinda. Yes and no is the short version of that. The long version is it's kind of all of us. That would probably... I'm willing to bet everybody saw something related to their tribe specifically. I did.
You could say that, yes?
Not normally a big fan of spirits that no, that's not true. I kind of like them, but not when they're being that way towards me. So, but yeah, and I'll just pass along all of that.
Strange. Interesting. Do you think that's the spirit that's now within our cairn? Considering it spoke to each of us in turn during our dreams, and then we found it at cairn.
Certainly sounds like it, and that's... I'm sure that somewhere somebody in my tribe just had a very inappropriate moment and doesn't realize why, because that's a whole lot of unity suggestion. And all that bullshit. But snark aside, it's not the worst thing to have for a Karen. It's a direction, if nothing else. I don't know.
I'm merely a Modi. I don't have any of the knowledge of the Forseti or the Godi, so that's a bit out of my field.
It's a little out of mine too. I just have experience. Yeah.
Unfortunately, most of what I was taught during my raising among my kin was the many weapons I can wield and the many ways I can wield them to kill someone.
Oh, I didn't learn. Well, no, that's not true. I learned about 2 years of things from. No, I didn't learn anything from my kin. I learned a little bit from about 20 or so, when I was about 20 or so. But no, this was all stuff that I learned on the job, so to speak. Anyway, it'll definitely be something to potentially bring up to everybody else. I'm sure they have their own experiences. That's a lot to take in. We've had a hell of a night.
Yeah, let's have this conversation with the rest of them in the morning then, shall we?
Yes. Go sleep. I've got this bottle isn't taking care of itself.
I'll do that then. She kind of sort of stiffly walks out of the room and heads to her own.
All right. So the next morning, you guys awaken to the sound of power tools. Hakao, you're taking a look outside. Can't hear you.
Sorry, I lowered my volume so that you wouldn't hear my son playing on his iPad as they came around. Wherever the sound is coming from.
Yep, outside. And Sal, you're taking a look as well?
Who the fuck is getting dentistry done this early in the morning? Jesus.
Just poke my head out. I want to see what's going on.
So all three of you, as you get closer, see a light ladder with a slightly elderly gentleman there who seems to be mounting a security camera with a whole bunch of loose wiring coming from it pointed towards the parking lot. Sal, you've seen him around. Alex, you definitely know him. Hakao, you have never met this person before.
Obviously.
Okay. But the other two of you know him as Clancy Olson. He's a kinfolk who lives here.
He's an older guy?
Yeah, probably early 60s.
All right. What is his attitude like, or what is his personality like in general?
As far as that goes, he's a little grouchy. He's kind of a Walter Matthau type. You know, he's related to some of the guru in the city, but you've never actually figured out exactly who.
Okay. Sal will say, "Hey, Mr. Wilson, you mind keeping it down this early in the morning?"
It's all said.
Yeah. I know you're from before when they had printed books and stuff, but you know, like in Dennis the Menace.
Look, you wanna take this up with anybody? You talk to Juniper. She's the one who put in the work order.
How many more you got to do?
Well, we got to cover the whole. You know, why don't you? If you're up, you might as well go find her and make yourself useful.
First time for anything, Jesus. All right, let me get some clothes on.
And as you start to walk away, you see his wife Wendy coming up with a hot mug of coffee, which is weird because it's August, but apparently that's her shtick that she seems intent on giving to her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good morning.
Morning. These are going up all over then?
Yeah, they wanted to make sure that we got everything set up right. So they're gonna have to be able to keep an eye on the inside and the outside. They said.
What else is happening?
Oh, lots of stuff. That nice young girl's been wandering around looking at the statue, and Vin has gotten back on his thing again.
Do I know what that is?
Go ahead and just give me a intelligence and.
I live here.
I mean, you've lived here for a bit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me just an intelligence and streetwise. Why not? Difficulty 6.
Are you wiser than the street?
I hope so. I don't think I have any streetwise.
We all hope so, but unfortunately, it's never.
Nope. I have no streetwise.
You know that Vin is one of the other kinfolk that lives here, who's slightly younger than Clancy.
Okay.
But you don't know what his whole thing is or why it's got Wendy's feathers ruffled.
Do I? Actually, I probably wouldn't have heard this.
Okay.
He's wearing like a sleeveless undershirt and just boxers. He's gone in to toss on some sweatpants.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, like tracksuit pants. And then back out.
I'm probably dressed already and I'm gonna head toward where I think Juniper might be. I want to take a look around and see what else is going on around here, because this is very lots of stuff.
Yep. Okay.
People are. Sorry.
Yeah. Anastasia?
Oh, I was just saying, probably by the point people have had that first conversation, Anastasia is making her way from her bedroom to her soundproofed office to just continue working.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception and alertness roll then. Difficulty 7. Or 6, sorry.
Dakota has poked her head out at this point to see what's going on.
Okay.
Aiden briefly woke up, heard construction, thought, Karen. Yeah, it makes sense. And then put pillow over her head.
I'm really sorry. 6?
6, yes.
1 success.
Okay. You do notice there are a number of newly installed security cameras up. Wiring cabling hasn't been run through conduits yet, but it's there.
I mean, glasswalkers, Karen. It's none of my business. I'm busy.
Are they powered yet?
It doesn't look like they've actually turned them on. It looks like they're just doing the wiring so far.
Okay.
Ingvar eventually wakes up, makes her way out. Only sort of like half awake, just kind of like stepping out, looking around.
When Wendy sees you and waves, "You kids want some coffee?"
Yes, and maybe something stronger than that.
How old are you, dear?
Old enough to drink where I'm from.
Oh, that's right. You're from the old country, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can find.
For flavor, it is inevitably like 70 or 80 degrees out because it's Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Dakota will bounce up. I would love some coffee.
That's not the specific reason, but that's part of why her dedicated is.
Oh, you want to come along with me? We can make it, and we'll bring some mugs out for everybody. All right?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, so you go off with Wendy to make coffee.
Also, for clarity, she's like 23.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 questions.
Yes.
As I'm watching all of this silently from my balcony, fully committing to the silent part of Silent Striders. What was I able to glean anything spiritually from the Karen Heart last night? Because I spent amount of the night just sort of studying it while the other one was sniffing it.
Yeah, not particularly. No.
Okay.
There's definitely still a lot more to learn as far as that's concerned.
So this, while only sort of half paying attention to the conversations that everyone's having now that I've ascertained what the noise was, I'm just studying the grounds of the area that we have established, thinking back and sort of establishing where that wall of the cairn was.
Mhm.
And I just want to see if there's any physical changes that I might notice from prior to the cairn's creation to now. If anything is like, other than the obvious like installation of cameras, if I don't know what the grounds, like if there were trees in the grounds, if they're more green or whatever, or
Mhm.
like any sort of drastic real world changes that might have occurred because of the
Are you
cairn.
specifically looking for just changes in general or changes that would be related to the spiritual aspects of
That
the
would be related
region?
to the cairn, yeah, to the spiritual
Okay.
aspects of the region.
In that case, give me a perception and primal urge.
Okay.
Difficulty 8.
And I'm using my eyes probably, so
Yes, you are.
difficulty 10. This is going to be great. But that's fine. Because Valko's curiosity does not fall in line with his inabilities. One success!
Okay. So, as you're looking around, obviously you notice there's more cameras. There's honestly a few more floodlights that you hadn't really seen before.
Well, I had,
There
but
are there's a faint kind of vibrancy to the area. Nothing that you can really pinpoint or put a finger on. The walls pretty much correspond to the walls that you guys saw in the shadow in the Umbra as well. Just the barrier around the halfway house part of this apartment complex definitely corresponds to the barrier that was evident in the spirit world. You don't see any similar like digital oriented plant life like you had or anything like that. But the place feels a little more alive in a sense. And you, of course, see First Strike just seated in front of the cairn heart, cross legs, eyes closed, head tilted back a little bit as the wind sort of catches her hair briefly. There's some mulch over her clothes. You're pretty sure she slept out there?
I'm going to make my way down to the cairn heart and to where First Strike is.
Okay. Sal, at this point, you're dressed and out.
Yeah, I think I since I'm also headed off in the general direction of Juniper, I probably will catch up with Alex at some point along the way.
Yep.
Okay. So
let us know which one you want to do first.
Yeah, no. So as you guys catch up and you're looking for Juniper,
Hey there, Red Eyes. How'd you sleep?
Good. We're in a pack.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It's exciting. I want to see what's happening. Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the trip to the casino there last night. That's a first for me.
Oh yeah. There'll be more probably. Hopefully.
But we just well, after my last conversation with old Junie, I probably ought to tread a little careful there. She's well, you already know. You know I'm one of her favorite people, of course. But you know, with that little bit of trouble that you got into there one time, and that other time, and all the time, maybe we just we keep you on a good side, right?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, when we get a chance, let's step back sideways when they get those security cameras stepped up. You ever seen Weaver spirits up in security cameras?
No.
Not me neither. Let's check them out, huh?
Okay.
Which is when you get up to her apartment door, which is closed, although you can hear some dishes rattling on the inside.
Knock, because it seems like she's up.
Okay.
Avon calling.
Which is when the door swings open, and Ashley, the youngest of the Johnsons, you here for Aunt Junie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's out. You guys want some breakfast?
No. Where'd she go?
She had to go do wolf things.
Oh, okay. Do you have any shark nightmares, Ashley?
No.
You like the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Is that
pretend
really what happens when you shoot an oxygen tank?
There's only one way to find out, kid.
I'll go talk to Vin.
Oh
Okay.
my fucking god.
Wait, who's Vin? Because I don't remember him.
Yeah,
You know, the old guy that lives in the building across from the Olsons.
Is that helping ring any bells for me? I'm trying to rack my...
And then she goes into a little impression.
Okay.
Hey, get out of here, kid. You're gonna shoot your eye out.
Yeah, what got up Miss Olsen's tailpipe about him? You have any idea?
Oh, he was out with all of the guns this morning, and she doesn't like it when he's getting the what's the word for a lot of guns?
A shitload.
And she doesn't like it when he gets the shitload out because she thinks somebody's gonna get hurt.
That's the scientific term.
Okay.
If your Aunt Junie she asks you about that, you tell her Alex told you, okay?
Okay.
No!
No, I'm just kidding. You tell her I told you.
Arsenal. He's getting a whole arsenal out because
a whole arsenal. That's what I said.
Yeah.
No, arsenal. Arsenal is the word.
That's why, when you're just trying to check and see where they fit, you're always like, hey, does my arsenal look big in these pants? You heard that, right? Anyway, where did he take the entire shitload of guns?
He keeps them all in his apartment. He doesn't think I know, but he left the door unlocked one time, and I went in and looked, and he's got a lot of guns.
Where was he taking them to? Like, to point at the cairn, or?
No, he's just like got them all laid out on the table, and he's rubbing weird smelling stuff on them.
Like in his apartment still.
Yeah.
Okay. Sal looks over at Alex and says, okay, forget about surveillance camera spirits. You ever seen gun spirits?
No.
Okay. I don't know that that's necessarily the best thing to have around our old buddy Crow's new cairn here. Maybe we ought to go check him out. Hey, thanks. What do you think?
Bye. Bang.
Maybe. I don't know. We can try. I don't. Sure.
Yeah.
Until Juniper gets back.
Let's go see old Vin.
Somewhere Aiden's like, I don't know why I'm sort of loosening up and limbering up like I'm going to beat someone to half death, but it just seems right.
I mean, it does seem like we're going to need the Akatsu thing sometime soon.
Meanwhile, Hekau, you've made your way down to the cairn heart. Unless anybody else noticed Hekau going there and is coming along.
No, he's doing his theurge thing. I don't care.
He's doing his theurge thing. I don't care. That's the sentence that I want to have all the time.
Yep.
As you get closer, She opens her eyes and looks over at you.
I just walk up to sit down, like on whatever surface makes it easiest for me to get down and get back up from.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep. I mean, it's basically dirt, grass, or mulch. Those are your three, or sidewalk, grass, or mulch. Those are your three options.
be the grass and mulch then.
Okay.
And I'm still looking at the statue, or the what we determined it wasn't a statue. It's not a person. It's
Right, it's a sculpture.
sculpture. And just while looking at the sculpture, but talking to First Strike. So, did anything particularly unusual jump out at you?
He sleeps for now.
Have you determined who he is?
No,
Me either.
we will need allies,
Hmm.
friends. We
Roughly
will
at
need
this point
spirits on the shadow to watch that side of things.
Is it roughly at this point that Ingvar comes walking by with some coffee?
What sort of friends would you think of?
Ones that can watch, ones that can talk.
So, Jack, when I'm thinking of, because Hakao has certainly never done this, but he certainly has ideas about it. What would the process for, bargaining with spirits in order to make them watch over the Umbra side of the cairn be? Like, how would that work?
As far as that goes, you've never done that before.
Yeah.
But you feel like it's probably going to involve going into the spirit world and talking to some spirits and cutting the deal.
Yeah, so like there's nothing special. It's just like bargaining with spirits any other time. It's just you're bargaining for
To an extent, you're bargaining. It's probably going to be a lot more formalized. This is the spiritual version of grafting a tree branch or transplanting a species. You're basically trying to build an ecosystem from the ground up, but on the Umbra side.
Yeah. Would Master Silverstein be willing to aid in that?
No.
So we're on our own.
Do you want to help me?
I would love to.
You and your pack will be fine. We will do this.
At what time?
After lunch.
After lunch. Do you live here?
No. No, I live with the Master of the Right. As his apprentice.
Ah. I'm new in town and still learning everybody.
You will see him again.
I should hope so.
Go talk to your pack.
I will. Then I will very slowly get up. And I'm gonna go find anybody that I find on the way there, I will stop and engage in conversation, but I'm heading towards Aiden's apartment if I can find it.
Okay. So the first people you meet on the way are Dakota and Wendy, who push a cup of coffee on you.
Thank you, but I don't drink coffee.
But it makes you wake up.
I'm fine.
But it helps you.
I'll just hold it without drinking it. Dakota, we need to go talk with Aiden and the rest of the pack about bargaining with spirits.
Oh, that's right. You're all in a pack now, aren't you?
Yes. Hi, I'm Hekau.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Akau. I'm Wendy Olson.
A pleasure to meet you.
Where are you in from?
Macedonia.
Oh, that's a good long way away.
Oh,
Here I thought me and my Clancy had made a long trip. Wow.
it's by way of several other cairns and cities. I work,
good for you.
I'm a messenger.
Sounds like an important job.
Thank you.
Well, Dakota, you go ahead and take the rest of this, and make sure the rest of what's your pack's name?
I have no idea.
And she sort of tries to figure out a nice thing to say about that for a minute. It's like, well, I'm sure you all think of something lovely.
Thank you.
Dakota will like link arms with what's your character's name again?
Hekau.
Hekau. She'll link arms with him. All right, let's go get Aiden.
You'll notice that he is a very slow walker because he's limping.
Yep.
Do you know? Yeah. If Dakota's willing to lead the way to Aiden's apartment, then Hekau will let Dakota lead.
Dakota knows where Aiden's apartment is. Yep. Meanwhile, Anastasia.
Yep.
You get a text from Juniper.
Okay.
Just says, headed back. If you have time within an hour or so, would love to discuss security.
I'll shoot back a text. Of course, is happy to help. I'm currently in my office. Let me know when you get back.
You just get a thumbs up.
And I don't have an accent while texting because I don't out my accent phonetically.
Because you're not texting in Cyrillic. So, Alex and Sal.
Yeah. Gonna go try and find Finn.
Okay. You get within 2 doors before you figure out where it is.
Okay.
But yeah, no, you can hear a movie or a television show or something playing on the interior.
All right.
There's a little bit of movement through the Venetian blinds.
Please tell me it's Boondock Saints.
It's not.
Please tell me it's Mamma Mia.
It's not.
Can we tell what it is though?
Give me a. What would this roll be? I
the most vital role of the campaign.
Through.
Perception and alertness.
Yeah, just perception and alertness. Why not? Difficulty 7. No, difficulty 8 for Alex. Difficulty 6 for Sal.
Love it.
Sal gets movie references through
1.
What he does.
Woo! So Sal, you get it just as Alex says, "Goodfellas."
That's what that is. Remember that one?
Yep.
Huh. Never seen it. Anyway.
I love that that's the one movie Sal.
Just nope. I'm not entirely based on that film or anything. Anyway, knock on the wall.
There's a minute pause, and then the door swings open. And Sal, for you, it's like looking in probably. How old is Sal?
Sal is 23 or 24.
It's like looking in a 40-year-old mirror. You're like, oh God, this is what I'm going to look like when I'm 64.
Holy Christ, they just got Dorian Grayed.
But he's wearing a gold chain, a wife beater, a pair of track pants that are not the same color as yours.
Same style though.
Wait. This is just the neighbor from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
His comb over is fairly disheveled, and he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth with about an inch of ash on the end.
Oh my god. Okay.
Give me a perception and alertness, difficulty 6, both of you.
He definitely said the Dorian Gray thing out loud.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
God, why?
4.
6 perception alertness.
Go.
Perception alertness 6.
Nope.
Nope.
Nothing.
Okay. And Sal, you look over his shoulder.
Oh, that's a critical.
There are
fail.
upwards of 20 firearms just scattered around the apartment. Most of them are like lined up on the kitchen table. Most of them look to have some level of illegal modifications done to them. And then there's a couple side tables and like a couple nice long guns on the couch as well.
All right.
Help you kids.
Sal looks over his shoulder and looks back at him and says, yeah, you're Vinny, right? We're here from the NRA to tell you to tone it the fuck down.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Look, we got ourselves a weird thing happening around here, and I swear to God, if we get like scary shit coming over the walls, I want something that I can point at it and pull a trigger. You feel me?
Sal looks at him and then looks over to Alex. I mean, he's not fucking wrong.
No, but scaring the neighbors.
Look, I keep my shit locked up unless I have to clean it, all right? None of these fuckers are loaded. I ain't an idiot.
Can I sniff the air and see if I smell any silver?
Yeah. Another perception and alertness, difficulty 7.
Okay.
Silver usually primal urge. Sorry.
No.
Don't smell anything.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you're not keeping them loaded. That's good. But what kind of ammo you packing?
Oh, you want to come in and look at the goods? Come on in. Come on in.
Yeah,
Both of you two.
And we haven't met him, right? I assume because I just got doppelganged and was surprised by it. Sal sticks out a hand and says, "Hey, Sal Morara, by the way."
Oh, you with the outfit too? Vin.
I guess newly so. We just got packed. You heard about it?
Word through the grapevine, but news from back east kind of gets mixed up most of the way. It's like a game of fucking telephone, huh?
Yeah, just anything you hear out of back east, you got to take that shit with a giant salt block. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Well, the salt comes from Ohio, and everything funnels through there anyway. So
there you go. I like this guy, he says to Alex.
Whoa!
As
I see
in the traditional Italian way of acknowledgement of "I like this guy," you say out loud in front of the person.
Well, you said it to Alex.
Yeah, no, like to Alex, but still in front of him. Like,
yes. As I say, "Whoa!" As we step in and I see everything for the first time.
Yep.
Whoa! How?
All right, so over here we got our handguns. We've got everything from your basic Saturday night special up to your.
You can't hold all those with two hands.
No, but it saves on the reload time.
Yes, but you're also one person.
Besides, young lady, if you're gonna be fixing cars, you gotta have a large suite of wrenches. Sure, not every nut's the same size.
Mm-hmm. But
So
what
if
about?
You gotta be able to put bullets in people. You gotta have a significant number of tools at your disposal for the proper circumstances.
What
Sounds
about when?
just like
What about when you fall asleep and someone else is on guard and doesn't have all these? Should we distribute them?
Hang on a minute. That's actually not a bad idea. We could start up a little like a gun library. You guys can bring out what you've got. I can pull the resources that I've got, and then when people need to check it out, we'll have like a little clipboard, and you sign your name. Sure.
Yeah.
A gun library or an armory.
Yep.
No, I like that. Just the overdue finds a murder, but we that's actually. Let me ask you this, Vinny. Obviously, I don't gotta ask you about yourself, but any of these other fellas know how to shoot in here? I mean, I saw Mrs. Olsen out there. I assume she's a dead eye with a fucking AK, but everybody else, I'm a little unsure about.
Clancy's been known to do some hunting and that sort of thing, with Minnesota, I mean, with his boy being who his boy is, you kind of got to expect that there was a little bit of give and take there.
Do I know who his boy is?
You actually you don't know. I'm not aware of that yet.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I actually didn't even know he had kids.
Oh yeah, no. What's his rough? Carl Ford right there with the the gunsmithing guy. Works. He's part of that Ironborn pack.
Is this clicking any switches?
You recognize the name as one of the werewolves in the city. Yeah.
Okay. Oh no shit. Well, yeah, then that kind of makes some sense. But
Clancy says he and the old lady followed little Carl down from Minnesota across the Midwest. They stopped off in Colorado for a bit, and then they all landed here.
It's a pretty standard shit, is what you're saying. What do you think about maybe getting some of the others out to out into the desert or a firing range or something, and working on skills?
If somebody needs to get put through their paces, I'm always up for a little popping off the beer cans there. Sure.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. How about you, Red Eyes? You know how to plink a tin can there?
No.
Well, what do you say? We got your first customer here, Vinny.
All right. Yeah, no, we can definitely do that. You guys, let me finish running through what we got here, and then we can pick a time, run out toward Red Rock or something, and give it a go.
Yeah, let's. We ought to talk to Woodstock, see if we can make it into a group trust building exercise or some shit. What do you think?
Oh, you guys like all packed up? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
What you calling yourselves?
Sal's gang.
For the listeners, I really need to interject that Jeremy was just cracking his knuckles.
Yeah, it's like I'm kicking that.
Very emphatically at that. Sorry.
Always ask the pack armors to do it for you.
Oh no. There must be a point made.
got a little ring to it. I like it. All right. Well,
professional.
You take care of your pack, Sal, and I'll be here when y'all are ready.
Will do. Hey, Vinny, real pleasure. And I'll give him a big handshake if it fixes it.
Hey, same, brother.
Once Ingvar has her giant mug of coffee and probably spiked a little bit of alcohol, she makes her way over to the courtyard.
Okay. Which is roughly when the other two are getting to Aiden's apartment.
Right.
Knock, knock, knock.
Probably
More
about
energetic. Knock, knock, knock.
Okay.
Is it just constant?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dakota, I don't think that much isn't necessary.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I feel like he's gonna get really irritated at that.
No, well, he might not hear us the first time.
I think he heard by the 20th.
Door opens at this point. No, he heard you, but yes, it was needed. What's up?
Good
What
morning.
time is it?
She will give him a cup of coffee and a hug.
Look over at the cow. What time is it?
I will list the time.
It's about 9:30.
And you see a cow still dressed as he was yesterday when he arrived, holding a cup of coffee that he hasn't touched.
Yeah. Okay. No. 9:30. Yeah, that's right. We should do things. Well, we should get together because
Yes. In addition,
we're a fucking pack. Yep. So, where is everybody?
I don't know.
Okay.
You guys can see Ingvar just wandering around kind of the parking lot area.
You guys can see Ingvar.
Yeah. Because we've got some things we do need to talk about.
Dakota will, sorry.
Suddenly in this game.
Dakota will step out and just scream, Ingvar!
Ah!
She specifically is like in the courtyard by the statue.
Oh, okay.
Sculpture.
Yep.
She looks up with her mug of coffee in her hand, takes a drink. Yes?
Come up here!
Or you can come down here.
Or you could come up here.
At this point, bellowed, Ingvar!
So much.
All right, be there in a moment.
I'm going to take this opportunity while everybody's distracted to discreetly set the cup of coffee down inside Aiden's apartment somewhere so that it looks like it's one of Aiden's cups.
Aiden goes and really quick, just sort of looks around, finds a good spot where and just crouches down enough so that he can shift really quick to Krynos and then back.
Okay.
Because
Go
somebody
ahead.
has a hangover that they
Right.
want to get rid of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go ahead and make a stamina and primal urge.
That's what being a werewolf is good for.
Yep.
Getting rid of hangovers.
It's damn straight.
Let's see. So, do I? Oh yeah, shapeshifting. Duh.
You don't even have to make it to Krynos. You can just get out into Glabro.
Yeah, but there's Krynos. Foomp. About 5 seconds. Shunk.
What was that for?
Call it a morning ritual. All right, we need to. Shit. Does anybody have?
My morning ritual.
Does anybody have Anastasia or Alex or fuckhead's number?
I don't have a cell phone, so.
Neither do I.
Don't remember anyone in our group by that name.
I look over it.
All makes sense.
I look over at Dakota and I'm like, well, process of elimination. I think he's talking about Sal.
Sal, yes. I'm sorry. It was a busy night. I don't have time to learn everybody's name. They're just my pack mates.
I'm just in charge of these people. I don't need to learn their names.
Speaking of packs, what are we called?
Yeah, well, let's all get together because we have things to talk about, don't we, Ingvar?
Yes, we do.
We need to find. I mean, they can't have gone far, right?
I think I saw them.
It's 9:30 in the morning. Besides, like, the people building the cairn stuff. Who in God's name wakes up this early in Las Vegas?
I think I saw them walking around downstairs.
Alex does. That's the answer.
I mean, we could
Probably
simply go
out there, right?
We could probably simply walk out and find them. It's not that large of a place.
I hope so.
Although
I haven't tied leashes to anybody yet. You could all get lost.
Anybody who wants to,
I can't get lost.
Of this quartet, give me a perception and survival difficulty 7.
Is this eyesight based?
Nope.
Okay.
This says perception alertness, but it's actually survival. I'm just not changing the name on that.
What's the difficulty?
7.
Nope.
3 successes.
Nothing.
1 success.
So, Dakota, you catch a faint scent of the smell that you've come to associate with Anastasia. Hekau, you can hear Sal's voice like a building down and around a corner.
It carries.
What?
I can go find Sal, and I just start walking that direction.
You hear Sal's voice talking to Sal's voice. It sounds exactly the same.
I hear Sal's voice talking to aged up Sal's voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I just start walking in that direction.
Okay. Dakota, are you following down Anastasia or?
Yes.
Okay. So you come up on a small outbuilding, probably no more than 10 by 15 or so, looks like, in the sort of northwestern corner of the area. And there's a... Go ahead and describe the exterior of your office there.
Sure. It probably looks... There are probably other maintenance sheds around the property or similar sort of storage buildings or management where they put switches and stuff. And this looks almost exactly like one of those buildings. The only major difference is that clearly it's been cleaned and hosed down recently because it is not as dusty as Vegas is just in general. And next to the door itself, there is... So Dakota's the one here. A strange plastic metal square with a circle on it. 2 circles, actually. One smaller than the other. One looks like it might move.
She's going to examine this further.
Give me an intelligence and streetwise. Why not? Difficulty 6.
Okay. 3 successes.
You have seen a doorbell before.
Ah. She will press it then.
Shaped weird, but it looks like it's similar.
All right. You hear no sound from it or anything, but after about half a moment, Anastasia, dressed in sort of sharp whites, will open the door part of the way. Hello. Oh.
Dakota with a cup of coffee in hand. Here you go. Good morning.
Oh, thank you. I have been up for hours, but more coffee is always nice.
It is. So we are supposed to get together and talk about things.
I see. I have other commitment, but I can talk now. Oh. Looks around.
I think we have to go get the rest of the group.
Oh, I see. We split up to go find each other
Yes.
This seems like a strange way to have meeting.
It is, now that you mention it.
Did we have meeting time or place or person?
I think we need to go find Aiden.
Seems reasonable. This is strange. And as Anastasia leaves, you probably catch a slight glimpse inside. And inside, you know the Pottery Barn catalogs and Pottery Barn stores?
Yes.
That, if that was high tech.
Awesome.
Is probably what you can see from the doorway. Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, because the 2 of them were the only ones that were still left when everyone went to go looking, Ingvar looks over and should we just meet up by the sculpture? It's kind of an obvious central location that everyone can see.
I see where they're going. I said go get them. I assume they're going to bring them back here. That would make rational sense, right?
I mean, am I wrong in assuming that they have to sort of go around buildings and sort of break line of sight and...
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So-
they know where we are.
Eh.
You bring them back to where the rest of the group was. Oh, God. I just realized. No, they probably don't realize that.
This is why I suggested, obvious, easy to find locations.
Jack, given like my profession and general behavior, is it reasonable I would have somehow acquired Aiden's phone number at some point?
Did you specifically go looking for it this morning?
No, previously.
Oh.
Yeah, it's up to you.
It's not outside your capabilities for sure. It's just whether or not your character would be inclined to. That's the question I'm putting to you.
I mean, you know what? Let me just roll something for this.
Okay. Yeah, because if she might have...
Yeah, I feel like would have made an effort for people that might have ended up drunk in jail or detained by casino authorities.
Okay. Go ahead and just give me an intelligence and computer difficulty 6.
Okay.
I had a very good reason why I was detained by casino.
Because
authorities.
I can help you out before like anything werewolf related gets in to the picture. 5 successes.
Yes, you absolutely have Aiden's phone number.
So as we're walking over, probably without breaking stride, brings out phone. Do you mind if I make call?
Not at all. Oh, I should get your number at some point.
Yes. We'll pull out a very fancy business card with one of those sliding effects when you look at it from different directions and hand it over. This is my easiest number to reach. Is personal number. The office number is on the back in bigger letters.
And Dakota is fascinated by this for like the next 5 minutes.
And, Aiden's cell phone presumably starts ringing.
Pick it up. Look at it. I don't know this number. Then worse. What?
Hello, I apologize for calling me rude. This is Anya. Where are we supposed to meet? Dakota was unsure.
Yeah, I look at Ingvar with a, okay, you're right.
I apologize.
She knows where my place is. My apartment is there.
Of course. I will see you soon.
Yeah, cool.
Apparently, we go to apartment.
The reason we don't go out somewhere public is because we're going to be talking about pack stuff, which we're not going to want everybody to know.
Fair enough, but I think in meetings that aren't incredibly sensitive, the sculpture is a nice central location that everyone can find.
Before we get over there, if I can pull Dakota's attention away from my visitor's card. Dakota, you are Galliard as well, yes?
Yes.
There are things that are things as Galliard, and there are reasons many do not take me seriously as one. If our Alpha wishes to have pack meeting, my office is soundproofed and rather private. It is where I was previously. If such things become relevant, I think that you might have easier time convincing people.
Okay. It would probably be a good idea if it's soundproof, because then people can't hear us.
And we do not have to listen to jackhammers.
That would be nice too.
Yep.
Okay. And give me what is Hekau gonna do when he finds, we'll say you've gotten to where Sal and Alex are leaving Vins at this point.
Sal, Alex.
Hey.
You're muted, Greg.
I don't even know how that happened. Hey, FedEx, how you feeling this morning?
There's a pause. Fine. There's apparently we need to have a pack meeting. We are going to go join Aiden back at his apartment.
Ah.
Perfect. We can talk to him about that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Turn around,
So,
start walking back to the apartment.
So you gonna tell us about the whole Pied Piper thing you got going on?
Are you still carrying your bags?
Yeah, all the bags. What do you mean, the flute?
Yeah, the flute. I missed it, but when you all were headed out, I saw you got out and really started jamming there.
Well, I travel long distances by myself in dangerous territory, and I'm not particularly strong, so having something that dissuades people from being aggressive towards me is useful.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I don't like being around people playing the flute either, so I kind of get where you're coming from. No, I'm just kidding you. No, but so did Woodstock have anything in particular you wanted to talk to us about, or is this sort of a morning check-in kind of deal?
Well, I have a thing that I need to talk to all of you about. We need to work. First Strike has asked that we assist with bargaining with spirits and having them sort of transplanting spirits to our cairn so that it has an ecosystem on the umbral side. I imagine also there are things about being a pack that need to be discussed. Apparently, we're supposed to have a name.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Otherwise, people just start calling you the new pack, and then you've been the new pack for 5-10 years, and then you're all dead, and people's like, "Hey, you remember that old new pack?" And then it just gets stupid.
Right.
You ever been in a pack?
That's a complicated answer.
Didn't you say something had
No.
happened?
The shortest answer is no.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 letters, but I mean, have you sort of been in a pack? How's that a complicated thing? It's
Keep
just
walking.
I don't think he wants to. I don't think it went.
So I'm gonna go with sort of been in a pack, and Sal will just continue talking on that vein while we make it back to Aiden's apartment.
I'm gonna elbow you.
What do you think? I'm guessing like
Drop
they
it.
started to get together. No, but maybe they had like 3 guys, but they're short of a baseball team. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm guessing it went like yours. Old sept.
yeah, but
Leave it.
yeah. And Sal does. Sal kind of trails off and stops.
We'll just follow.
I just want to point out that Mara's character was the voice of reason. In
Alex has been very reasonable.
Yeah.
Alex has been.
I can play a reasonable person.
Gaia, help us all.
Anyway, everybody gets back to Aiden's apartment.
So yeah, which in retrospect he's thinking, they can use the floor.
Can I roll to see if I see the untouched cup of coffee?
Perception alertness, difficulty 6.
Is it untouched by the time we get back? Is the real question.
You hit it pretty well.
There's a cup of coffee just sitting there. Doesn't seem to have an owner.
Okay. Sal walks in and the first thing he says, "Hey, whose full cup of coffee is this? You mind if I grab it?"
Good morning to you too.
Hi.
Well, I gotta hand it to you. Woodstock catered pack meetings. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You
Ingvar,
look like you had a long, full, restful night of sleep.
Ingvar has like a stein of like spiked coffee and like finishes downing it. Right. Okay.
So, I hope everybody did get a good night's sleep. So now that we had sort of a night to absorb the batshit insanity of what happened yesterday, we need to actually start getting some things established and figuring out how we're actually going to work together. And I feel like the best way to start with that is Ingvar. Go ahead, because you had the more direct experience with this. I didn't even get a name.
As far as we can tell, the name of the spirit of this cairn is Menegwo.
It's what?
Menegwo.
Does that mean anything to me, Jack?
Aiden's the one who has the details on who that is, but it's a chimera brood spirit, as far as I know.
And I apologize, out of character. What was the name that the crow spirit gave us for itself? Dust something.
As far as your actual totem spirit,
yeah.
The name he gave you,
Dustbringer Storm Weaver? I don't know. Storm Crow, something like that. I can't read my writing. Of the Desert Wastes.
the name he gave you, as I pull up my notes from last session, was Dustbringer, Stormcrow of the Desert Waste.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, what would the rest of us roll to see if we recognize this other thing?
As far as that goes, it would be Intelligence and Occult difficulty 8.
Cool.
We don't have a cult. Can we make the roll?
You may not if you do not have Occult.
I do have cults.
I think that's a park in West Virginia.
I got 0 successes.
It's
Interestingly.
really not, Sal.
Yeah, the one with the big Monongahela.
No. It's really fucking not.
I got a success.
I got 2.
Okay, yes. Dakota, you remember something of that spirit's name being brought up. And you remember that he is supposedly a patchwork wolf put together from a whole bunch of other werewolves. Alex, you know the name. You know he's affiliated with Chimera.
Mm-hmm.
And is made up of apparently all of the tribes.
I've never heard that name before. Who is he?
I have.
The Chimera spirit.
He's a patchwork wolf.
Yep.
How do you know this?
Because I was apparently the only person in our dreams who asked what they were called.
It looked like cockroach to me.
I mean, yeah, yeah, exactly.
You see cockroach, you don't ask cockroach's name.
Also, I was stupid. I mean, that's kind
Does
of...
every cockroach spirit have the same name, Sal?
Do they? I mean, I feel like you call all of them cockroach, but that may be me out of character, not getting it.
Our totem spirit isn't named Crow. They're named Dustbringer.
Yes, but you're also... I'm gonna judge him on a lot of things, but not this particular one.
It's not common. It is not common to... ask.
It was a dream, so we don't. We at the time there was no even really any way to be certain. Granted, we're fucking guru. We should have guessed, but there's no way to be certain that it was even a spirit and not the spirits we had earlier in the day.
I was staring down a war-torn guru who might have been my ancestor, so I asked.
I mean,
You asked because it was relevant to your dream. Many of our dreams were different, had different relevances, different concerns.
regardless, recriminations aside, is it fair to say everybody saw some representation of their tribe?
Yes.
Jack, out of character.
Yes, you saw a falcon, which is
Yeah.
specifically the totem of
The tribal totem.
I know I saw a falcon.
Right, but yeah, no. You would, yeah, no. Anastasia would definitely know the symbolism there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It would make sense if it was a spirit comprised of
Yeah, they
aspects
show,
of each totem. Or each tribe.
they're going to show whatever appeals most.
So it's
And-
like a totem Frankenstein kind of deal.
I mean, it's Chimera's an enigma's spirit. So it is a totem of a former nation tribe. Long story. So it makes sense.
Is it a former nation?
Stargazers? Yeah.
Aren't they still around, or are they gone now?
No, they're not part of the nation.
Oh, okay.
They politely in their Zen way told
Fucked
the
off.
nation to fuck off and join the
They
Henge
noped out,
Yokai.
okay. I was like, oh my god, did they die?
No, no,
What happened to this?
Did they go all white howler on us?
no. They went all California secessionist, only they actually did it.
Yep.
On the subject of spirits, however, First Strike has requested or asked that we assist with transplanting spirits. We need, in order to keep the cairn safe, it needs to have an ecosystem of its own on the umbral side, which it currently does not. I can help with bargaining, but First Strike suggested that it might be an endeavor the entire pack should join in on.
I gotta ask, given what you all found out from the pit boss spirit over at the Golden Nugget, sounds like we're already operating kind of at a spirit deficit around here. Isn't that gonna throw off the balance in other places if we start playing Noah's spirit arc and bringing them all over here?
I mean, spirit's gonna spirit. That the dearth currently probably isn't gonna.
There is something driving spirits away from certain areas of it's not
Doesn't
a lack
mean
of
they're gone.
spirits, it's spirits under attack.
Oh,
Bringing
all right.
them to our
I thought
cairn.
something was like Pac-Maning them up out there.
Bringing them
I mean,
to
that's
our-
also possible, which is forcing them to avoid certain areas. But if that's the case, even more than otherwise, we need spirits working with and protecting the cairn.
so that whatever force is driving spirits away or attacking spirits is able to be fought against should it decide to set its goal on the newly formed cairn.
Us of all people, but okay.
Speaking of, sorry.
Go ahead.
Speaking of requested tasks, in checks time on phone. Short while, he agreed to meet with Jack. What's the person's name?
Juniper.
Juniper, about security. I believe it is more because of my mundane profession than an Asa's new pack, but
What's
Okay.
your mundane profession?
I'm business. Specifically, I work with casinos and other organizations to optimize their wealth. And incident, this helps our people.
Okay,
The task for
that's readiness. All right. I mean, fair enough. We can
Say no
definitely
if
meet.
you
No, we
would
can
like
definitely
me to
meet.
inside.
It's
Yeah.
just
With her.
we're gonna have to prioritize here, and
She's apparently out running errands this morning anyway.
for some ungodly reason, we seem to be in demand.
as a clarification, Two Strike suggested after lunch, so for a time
Okay.
for dealing with spirits.
Okay. Well, and we can definitely meet up.
We could do some target practice. There's a whole guns and ammo show going on over across the courtyard.
Oh, I want to try that.
Yeah. All right. Let's get Odie some guns.
Sorry, what?
Oh yeah, there's a real good guy over here across the way. But he's got enough hardware to put some in the hand of everybody in the sept and then some. So
We went to try and convince him to either share it or tone it down. I think the toning it down didn't happen, but
that what we went there for?
Normal for you, America.
I went for.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, seriously, we got a new can here. It's already drawn some heat over on the other side. If it draws some heat on this side, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have everybody be able to take a shot. Plus, I don't know about all of you, but might not be a bad idea to work on some more conventional hardware for each of you too.
You don't want me operating a firearm.
A shotgun. You just swing it in the general direction and pull the trigger.
No. Are you fucking nuts?
Please don't give the one-eyed man a shotgun.
You
Well,
don't want me operating a
Give
shotgun.
him a sniper rifle.
You're kidding, right?
Am I?
Yes.
Nobody knows.
Sal, do you have that rock I gave you?
Oh yeah, the one I'm supposed to throw at things.
That's how I fight, not with firearms.
He's a Rosagon. Yes, he's kidding.
But wouldn't it be more useful to know several different methods to fight?
All right,
No.
we need to focus one.
It's already.
We're going.
Sal
Right
gives
now,
Dakota
we've
just
got,
like a huge grin.
Right now, we're going 4 different places at a time. We're a pack. We need to be heading in one direction as a group. Which brings me to the first point of topic. There's an idea, something that you, a direction, an idea that you have to sort of improve. Bring it to us all before going out and taking the first steps. Or we get 4 different things that will get 3, I guess, but 3 different things that 4 with the Karen spirit. 4 different things that we need to do more or less all at once, and that's bad. I mean, they're all good ideas. Some of them are good ideas.
What is that supposed to mean? Can I tell?
Sal leans over to Alex and says, "He's talking about mine."
Yes, I'm talking about his. But there's too much. All of this is going to have to. We're going to have to figure out, prioritize what we're going to do. Where am I? Figure out what we're gonna do. What's most important? What's most immediate? Honestly, right now,
If I may.
yeah.
It sounds to me that the conversation Anastasia has brought forth is a conversation that Anastasia and Juniper can have before lunch, and thus before we are expected to assist with the spirits of the Umbra. That doesn't
Correct.
seem like something that will require the entirety of the pack, though
I need to,
though it might lead to a task that does in the future.
I need to talk to Juniper.
Well, we could try to
About-
give her a call.
Do you have your phone? Andrew.
Give me a second.
Aiden,
Yeah.
we were just discussing. It is your leadership. We were just discussing not going in many directions, and
You're
then
correct.
you
That
try
said,
a phone call to add more directions. Seems odd.
no. I'm cutting this down to 4 in the same day. And Hikau has a point here. 2 in a day. That's manageable with the group that we have.
Anya was specifically referring to Alex making a phone call.
Yes. You're actually making the phone call now? That was not
No,
clear.
I'm not.
No, but
Not if this is.
Sal was physically offering a phone, which my
Right.
character.
no. To be clear, he wasn't. The question was asked if we have her number. Sal reached into his pocket, has pulled out a little black book, and is flipping through it. And I just made a gnosis roll to activate it. And I
Okay.
assume with 3, I found all of her phone numbers.
But it's still the process. I see your point. Fair enough.
Yeah, you have Juniper's phone number though. Yeah.
No, that's Alex. What do you curious? What do you need to talk to Juniper about?
I need to make sure I can. What's happening here and how things have changed.
Can you make that a little less clear?
Mm-hmm.
You mean a little more clear? Because that
Can
was
you make
pretty
it a
damn
little
vague.
more clear? Because I was being sarcastic.
No, look, Red Eyes, look, you don't have to run anything by her anymore. We're part of a pack now. We got this under control.
What did no? I have to.
Alex?
I'm technically not supposed to leave, so I have to
Okay.
make sure that's changed.
Then I think that Anastasia, you, me, and Alex should go talk to Juniper.
Of course. I was trying to say earlier, if guns and ammunition are something we would like to prioritize as pack, I have already been asked to consult on security.
Mm-hmm.
I could likely find out what the Sept and organizations would prefer done, but
Well, that's one of the main things that I want to talk to Juniper about. We need to figure out specific hierarchy here as far as this cairn.
And listen, I know I'm pulling your leg earlier, but I'm just saying we did all right in our first scrap against some real Bush League JV style gafflings the other night. But it wouldn't be a bad idea when we have the opportunity. I'm not saying it's top of the list, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for us to go, since we're a pack now, to just get a little exercise in and practice fighting like one.
I mean, fighting practice is definitely something that we're going to be doing because we're going to need to know how to fight as a pack, and that's not. As he stops and does a quick count, 7 people individually fighting.
I agree.
So,
So, question perhaps, I am new to the America. I have been around Halfway House many times. I have not seen gun range.
No.
No, it's more
That's
of a gun.
not a necessary thing here. You simply fire guns next to your barns and hit them.
No, we got a desert for that.
I see. See, well, Alex may be able to lift whatever restrictions on leaving. I am in complicated position.
You want to, again, you want to vague that up for me?
Mar looks at
Points to horns.
Oh, right.
I
no.
am very obvious in public. So if we are to fighting practice, I wish to help and participate and be there, but it cannot be in civilian populations.
I mean,
I had a thought about that. You ever see those little hair bands? You ever thought about getting one of them, cutting out 2 little holes in it, just making it look like you're wearing the horns, like a Christmas kind of deal?
Many things. You can only do it so many times before it becomes suspicious pattern.
Maybe you're just a weird Christmas person. Who knows?
Could you get a really tall hat?
I have many tall hats. Those work quite well. Again, expressed to me has... And there's a moment of like trying to parse how to say this in English.
Law of diminishing returns.
Yes, but that is not what it means in finance.
No, but it's the more you go out is it, the less believable it is. And regardless, you're still drawing attention to us, which is bad.
I got an Escalade with dark windows.
I was about to say, on the practical end, you have a private driver, don't you?
Yes. Sorry.
It is resolvable, but it is concerned most do not have to think about.
Correct. And it's something that we'll work through. It's fine. We are not the first pack with a medicine in it.
I mean, and we're not gonna
operated they've all operated successfully before, and maybe we will too.
And for combat practice, it's not like we're gonna go out up to the MGM Grand or anything and start performing out in front of it. We're gonna get out somewhere nice and isolated.
Oh, to be clear, when we start doing combat, we're just gonna cross the gauntlet. That's the easiest place to practice that.
Jack, how do spirits react to people firing firearms in their presence?
About the same way any other wildlife reacts to people firing firearms around them.
Yeah.
So scatter.
Most of the time. I mean, unless you're doing it around a significant concentration of gun spirits, and then you can basically expect a cheerleader squad.
I would caution firearm practice in the Umbra, but regular combat certainly.
Firearm practice can
It's
be done up in the desert.
It's like you're reading my mind, Hekau.
I just wanted to make it clear.
Is why I asked about gun range.
Yeah. No, there are places we can go as far as that when we get to that point, because probably not the kind of fighting that we're going to be doing a lot of, because if nothing else, the things we have to fight that we can't fight in the things that we actually have to fight, guns don't do much against. Believe me, and he pulls out his own gun. Believe me, I carry this for when I'm out there on the streets in a not particularly safe place and normal threats come up to me, because they tend to stories start to spread when you see a couple the 2 guys who are mugging somebody in an alley end up torn to shreds by the big hairy rage death monster. So
right,
it's still important to learn, but it's definitely going to be able to be lower on the priority list. Regardless, I think probably a good idea is Anastasia, Alex, and I go talk to Juniper. The rest of you guys, you said it's after lunch, but we don't know how long we'll be talking with with Juniper. So if we don't get back by then, you guys go talk to First Strike.
Sal holds out the book to Aiden with the phone numbers in it.
Cool. I figure I probably actually got Juniper's number.
Okay.
Do I?
Jack, you're muted.
You're muted.
You can do that now.
Okay.
One way or another, you have
Can I
Juniper's
make
number.
Additional suggestion while phones are. If we are packed, perhaps exchanging numbers is reasonable.
Yes, absolutely. We also need to exchange phone numbers for those of us that have phones, and those of us who don't. Please raise your hand.
Bar raises her hand.
It's broken.
Akal raises his hand.
Akal
raises.
Dakota, do you have a phone?
Huh?
Dakota, do you have a phone?
Oh, yes.
You do have a phone.
Yeah. I don't use it much.
Okay, no, that's good. So we need 3 phones.
I tell you what, while you all are talking to Juniper, I'll take care of the phones.
Okay.
No,
that's good. That's definitely a you thing.
And can I use that earlier gnosis roll to turn to Anastasia and say, oh, by the way, which one of these is the best number for you? And he just starts rattling off every phone number that Anastasia has ever had.
So.
And here we thought Aiden was going to be the one who beat up Sal.
Many of which definitely have foreign area codes. And aside,
that's probably what he's doing. He's probably just running down the area codes.
Yeah. Anastasia will. It may be simpler to this, and we'll hand you a similar business card to the one handed out to. Aiden, I have your number for contingency reasons.
I don't have a cell phone, but I do have a method of contacting people if they're not nearby.
Phone is better to have.
Okay.
We'll get you a phone. I take a look at the card. Look up at Anastasia. Look at the card. Is that bone color?
Is dark ivory.
Holy Christ. All right, Patrick Bateman, I'm out of here.
I was hoping somebody would get the reference.
It probably also goes over my character's head.
Is this Cillian Gale lettering?
These ones are personal business cards made up for her family and Garu purposes. I also have normal business cards and fancy business cards for professional use.
Fair. Yeah, I will. Everybody who has a phone who has numbers, I pass mine out to them. I get
Sal does the same.
Well, once you get the phone number, or once you get phones established, make sure they're in the text chain.
Got it.
Everybody, please no veil breaching in the text conversation. I'm going to say that while we're all here right up front. Try not to mention anything like, Guru, Cairn, Sept,
You get
Fomerai,
5 wolf
Jaglin.
emojis in the middle of saying this.
Get what?
You get 5 wolf emojis or 7 wolf emojis while you are saying this.
And you're back down here. So.
All right. So you guys go talk to Juniper.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Somebody out of the group sees her pull in and head into her apartment. So you know where to go get her. I assume you guys go meet her there.
Yep.
Super quickly
She
before
invited me, so I feel like that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
before we leave Aiden's apartment, Sal's going off to get the phones, but he leans over to Alex and says, "Red Eyes, you doing okay?"
It's just yeah.
All right. Just remember, you're part of a pack now, okay? You're not grounded anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you go give it what for. And then Sal heads out.
But you knock on the door. Valerian answers. The oldest of the Johnson kids.
Their mom is really pop culture savvy.
I can't wait to meet the middle child, Fifth Element.
Nope, Philippa. You've already met all three of them.
Ashley Johnson, Valerian Johnson.
Yep. But and he's like, she's through here. Aunt Jay, visitors. And she is obviously unpacking groceries. All right. V, can you take the girls out? Go let them run outside. We need to talk. He's like, yeah, no, I got it. And ushers the three children, himself included, out. So,
you need some help?
Well, in
an immediate putting groceries away sense.
Oh, yes, sure. Why not? Yeah. Fridge stuff goes in the fridge. Other stuff goes wherever you can find room.
Okay.
Got it.
I wasn't talking in a metaphysical or overarching way. Yes, a cairn just popped up in the middle of fucking nowhere. Yes, you need help. We all need help.
That's actually kind of what I wanted to talk to all of you about. But yes, no. So congratulations. You are looking at the newest keeper of the land in the city of Las Vegas.
Congratulations. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Lost Craig.
Well,
Lost Craig.
Oh.
No.
So, with that in mind, I was going to start with Anastasia, but well, it's mostly going to be we're setting up the security grid and that sort of thing, but I don't have any on-site people to go over the systems. I can have people come in and check things out, but since you live here more or less, or work here at least most of the time, I was hoping you could.
Exactly my specialty, but I can do fairly good.
Vague sysadmin kind of, yes.
I can set things up so when your specialist comes in, they find things they can work with.
Right. Okay. That's excellent. Yeah, and you'll. So, Aiden, I guess you're the new alpha of. Yep. What are you guys calling yourselves?
We did not get to that point yet.
Okay.
We'll get there. I woke up this morning to three different missions. So
I remember what that's like. Yes.
Yeah. Words cannot describe.
It's the worst, isn't it?
My enthusiasm.
Well, if you last longer than 6 months, you'll have me beat.
On your will. Oh, it should be noted. Juniper knows this, but I can accomplish these tasks in the time others would take sleeping. So I can do what Karen needs outside of pack duties. Not tons because I have job, but
well,
not
that
conflict schedule
brings me to my next question then, Aiden. I will absolutely understand if you run screaming on this, but the cairn will need guardians.
I figured that was coming.
I have another pack that I might be able to ask, but there's only 4 of them, Granted, they're a little older and a little more experienced than you all are, but
Okay.
this is a place for you all to start, at
Yes.
least.
No, being guardian is good. This keeps us mostly here, not
Yes.
wandering around. This is good.
Somewhat.
I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that we're, you know what I mean.
Yes, as I've been briefed this morning, and based on what I've known in my however many years it is now, this is going to be exactly what it says on the tin, a less than orthodox situation. And even as guardians, it will probably be less sit and wait for things to come to you and more proactive, secure the immediate area. This side of things is okay, but we will definitely need numbers on the other side to figure out that whole thing.
Just so happens we're potentially dealing with that later on this afternoon.
Yeah, Silverstein told me he left First Strike behind because apparently this is her homework assignment or something. Which, don't get me wrong, for a young theurge given the responsibility of being thrown in the deep end, and if she can pull off setting up a tolerable cairn security from zilch on the Umbra side of things, she's definitely worth all the time he's been pouring into her, absolutely.
Would I be incorrect in assuming that, how best to put this? Projections for the future of this particular cairn are not optimistic from others?
It's not that they're not optimistic, it's that they can't afford to be optimistic. Look, I am not close to the power structures in the city, but the 3 small cairns that already existed here were the core of the Mojave Green. Having them all under our control and pretty tightly laced down made it so that it was very hard for any outside threats to find a foothold. If Gaia forbid, now that we have a brand new cairn that popped up out of nowhere that isn't terribly strong and not super well defended at this point, this is a huge window. If somebody can take this from us, this will be their foothold.
Right.
And then the entire city is fucked. At the same time, most of the vast majority of the resources we have are already tied up with maintaining and holding our existing territory. So there's not a ton to, like, the occurrence of a new cairn is a miracle and a glorious thing and wonderful from a spiritual perspective. And the fact that I'm here being part of this story is kind of breathtaking, honestly, in a certain sense, but it also could seriously be a silver bullet in the back of our head if it goes wrong.
Right. Well,
so yes, unfortunately, that is the hand we've been dealt.
okay. So it wouldn't be the first time anybody's accused me of failing up. Okay, well, we definitely have some things that, yeah, Guardian sounds like probably the best use for us.
All right. I'll tell the Boulder Hunters they can find something else to do with their time.
That being said, I understand we need to get. I'm still a little fuzzy on the details. I look over at Alex. But I understand we need to get some things cleared in order for Alex to. Alex is confined to the area at the moment.
Yes. I'm sorry, Alex. I forgot to ask. I should have thought of that. You are confined to the halfway house on this side of things. Until I can get that through the higher ups, there's enough boat rocking here. If you can give me 2 days, I'm sure I can get that all cleared up and make sure that they know that you need to be out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you have things that are happening on the other side of the gauntlet, I feel confident that my authority is good enough to say, go fucking nuts.
So
if Alex is on this side of the gauntlet, she should be within the walls. If she's on the other side of the gauntlet, she's doing guardian things that need to be done for the protection of the cairn.
And if we are on the other side of the gauntlet and we have a sudden need to cross for one reason or another,
emergencies happen, and you can't always predict that.
Sweet. Okay.
Cool. That works.
Potentially useful to all of us, and I honestly, there's some curiosity. Could I
Litany notwithstanding, naturally, don't tear the veil. Yada yada yada.
Of course not.
Break the litany. Thanks.
So you guys, is the security situation? You guys need to talk about that, obviously. Well, I guess we do now that we're.
It's our pack.
I have a few basic questions, but if we do not have time now, I can contact you with them later. Aiden?
Do we have to? I mean, I assume it's not that close. I assume we didn't spend 2 hours here.
Right, yeah, no, you've still got some time.
Yeah.
The other situation is that some of the people on this side are getting worried. Vin has a small arsenal.
Well, what do you expect from an old mobster?
Say.
Yeah.
I'm present shocking information.
Is he handing them out to people?
He was.
Wait a minute. What? They look at Alex.
I may have suggested that.
Oh.
Well, this is an excellent teaching opportunity for the sort of shit you need to clear with me first before you start.
And the shit you need to clear with me first.
He hasn't started doing anything yet, and he's going to take records.
He's going to
already
what?
Started, I'm sure.
Records of who had what.
Wait.
All right. Well,
records of
who took which weapon. He hasn't started handing them out yet, but I told him
he's starting the firearms version of a blockbuster video, isn't he?
Yes.
No, they warned me about America. They
Gangbuster videos.
It did not.
It didn't.
I can't.
If things become carnage at any minute, isn't it a good idea to have people on this side who are prepared and who know what might be ready for what's coming?
Juniper,
that
with all due respect to the great cockroach and his tribe, who is this fucking idiot Glasswalker?
Well, he's kinfolk, actually.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yep. No. He is ex-mob from Kansas City. and he is a distant relation of one of our elders. You met her last night, Joanna.
I'm going to be a
If-
little bit honest. Last night's a little blurry to me.
If anything happens, to Hakao, the next person that's coming in is a glasswalker named Vito. Best friends with Sal.
It is Vito.
In other words, everybody sacrifice your characters to keep the cow alive.
You can only interpret that as a threat to ensure your character's survival.
I'm kidding.
Anyway,
Sorry.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
and Jack, I assume that I can just ask the technical questions like where I will need to be, what kind of system they're hoping to set up.
Yeah. She will give you a surprisingly coherent breakdown of what type of security and that sort of thing that they're looking for. Yeah.
They're broadly glasswalkers. I'm
Yeah.
just trusting that they know what they want.
Yep. Pretty
Um,
much.
So, who does? And I'm sorry, what was his name again?
Vin.
Vin?
Vin. Does he have anybody that he directly answers to in the tribe or in the sect?
Technically me.
Okay. Does he actually?
I'm in charge of this place, and yes, he does.
Okay,
because he's somewhat old school, but any time that the woman telling you what to do can put on 150 pounds of muscle and bite your
Right.
head off, it equalizes things
for sure.
significantly.
On that note, Alex,
Yeah.
you were there talking to Vin with Sal. Did Sal suggest that he do anything?
No.
Okay, good.
Can I get a empathy on that?
Wits and empathy. That's amazing.
I mean, if that was,
Because
if there was something that was said, I want to be able to roll that too.
So yes, that will be wits and empathy. Difficulty 6. Is Alex trying to hide anything?
I don't think. I'm trying to remember the full conversation now. I don't think Sal suggested any of the stuff. I think that was Alex's doing.
Well, I mean, Sal suggested the firing range visit, but that one's already been talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's anything that Sal suggested that hasn't been out in the open
No.
quite yet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
Alex seems to be clearing it.
look, there are a lot of rumors about Alex, which means
Yeah.
covers for other people
Right.
to Anya.
Okay. Cool. Fair enough.
But yes, I'll have a word or two with our resident gun nut and make sure that everything stays where it should be until it's needed.
Awesome.
And Alex, you're not wrong. Having people prepared and ready for any impending threat is always wise. But there's a difference between being prepared and ready and just handing a loaded gun to someone.
Yeah. Also, bullet spring cups.
That too.
This isn't a cairn that is conveniently located far from the city.
Out off the
in
ass
an
end of a mountain.
isolated
Right, yep.
location.
Nope. This is right in the fucking middle.
There's a police station like right next door.
Alex wouldn't know.
Jack.
All right.
Yeah.
This doesn't need to be role played necessarily unless you really want me to, but in the time that people are gone doing things, I am doing whatever research I need to do as a theurge to sort of get whatever I need to have in order to bargain with spirits. I'm thinking of spirits of defense, spirits of healing, spirits of hang on, who teaches spirit snare? Because that's the things that spirits of defense, spirits of healing, spirits of fire, spirits of food, spirits of life. Because I'm gonna be making some talons as well as over the course of the next few weeks or so. I'm gonna be making some talons, but an owl spirit. Owl spirit teaches spirit snare, so.
Yep.
Like just whatever things that I can think of in game that would be useful for bargaining with these spirits, both for the transplanting of spirits to those kinds of spirits to the cairn, and then also for using them to create or making talons with them and things like that, and learning gifts.
Sounds good. You can start scrambling together some stuff. Given that you have literally zero money, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
But you can start putting together a couple things with what you round up around the.
And I'm prioritizing the spirits of defense and the like, because those will be the ones we'll want first, regardless.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, scrounging. And if anybody asks why Hakao is digging through a trash can, he'll explain it.
Right. So, the rest of you reconvene at some point.
Yep.
I just got like a plastic bag filled with junk that I'm sorting through.
It went well.
Hold on. Before we do that, I'm legitimately trying to think if we were done.
Okay.
Because we were still kind of sort of mid-conversation.
Oh.
Unless I'm wrong.
No, you're not.
I was going to say, Anastasia had basically gotten all the information on digital security that she was going to need.
Okay.
I didn't mean to cut things off.
No, you're good. You're good. No, we're good. We're good. Never mind. Sorry.
Over the course of time, Ingvar has sort of made her way into the courtyard by the sculpture and is just sort of sitting down, sort of taking a small whetstone and just kind of sharpening the fang dagger that doesn't actually need to be sharpened, but just sort of out of habit.
Yeah. The fang dagger is honestly making more of an impression on the whetstone than the whetstone is on it. Like, yeah. It's a pain-bound spirit inside of
I'm more feeding the dagger than I am sharpening it.
Yeah.
It's like soap carving.
Right.
On a whetstone.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. Find you guys.
All of our World of Darkness campaigns have to have at least one reference to ASMR.
All right, so I've got news. I will leave it up to each of you individually to interpret whether it's good or bad.
Am I back?
Yeah, we'll say you're back by this point.
Okay. Can I have set up everybody's phones?
Yes, it will cost you 1 willpower, though. Yep.
Yes. Okay. And then we're all on a family plan.
Okay.
Sweet.
Now you got phones for who?
For everyone who did not have them.
So Ingvar, Dakota.
Ingvar, Alex, and Hakao.
Oh, yeah. Ingvar, Alex, and Hakao. That's right. Dakota already had one.
Sweet. I have a.
I was gonna say it's the entire group of people in the middle, but then I realized that doesn't make sense to anybody who's listening.
No.
I look at the phone. Jack, can I dedicate a phone like this? Can I dedicate a cell phone?
Yeah.
It won't unless you have just as a point of reference. I think you can dedicate the phone itself, but unless you have separately dedicated any technological device, I don't think they work in your Magpie swag.
No. Yeah, no. Weaver spirits at all just can't go in the Magpie swag.
Yeah.
So
okay.
the phone won't be able to go in that. That's why I have multiple bags. The Magpie swag is for specifically anything non-Weaver related.
Okay.
But I'm just because I feel like there's something about dedicating Weaver spirits
There
items of the moving
are,
spirits.
from being the theurge last time, there is a penalty associated with it. I think it's an honor penalty.
There is
The-
yeah, sorry.
But we're in a walker cairn, so I don't think.
Yeah,
they're in a walker.
that's why I was asking Jack about it, because I figured he'd be able to have the more specific
Let me
information.
look that up real quick just to be on the safe side.
Yeah,
To
because
the
Aaron's
best of
right.
my
There is some sort of like honor
There's
ping
a
somewhere.
mechanical thing.
Yeah.
The GM
The
can
best of my
override.
knowledge, it is losing renown. It's not like a stat thing. It's renown, which okay, mechanical but social. And I believe it is for inappropriate items, not necessarily Weaver tech. It's just very often interpreted as Weaver tech because most non-Weaver, most crew consider that inappropriate.
What is appropriate and inappropriate probably differs from set to set, though. So,
I mean, Aiden has a gun and a cell phone dedicated to himself, so he don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, but Aiden is not A, the theurge, and B, a silent strider, who has never had a cell phone in the first place.
No time like the present.
It's true.
Who has also zero resources. Never come up.
Yep. But yeah, no, if you wanna dedicate your phone, you'll definitely have some time to do that if you need to.
Okay, so if a cow does not instinctively understand that there is a problem with that, then if anyone that needs these dedicated wants them, I can do that.
Yeah, that's going to be good because any traveling as a pack we do is probably going to start through the Umbra.
that's probably wise if we're going to be shifting to the Umbra a lot.
Well then.
Yeah.
I will
definitely take that offer.
I will be.
Wait, no, it costs one. No, I'm not going to force you to spend all of your gnosis.
I will begin dedicating.
Actually, realistically, my cell phone's probably already dedicated.
Yeah, yours probably is.
Yeah. Do I need to? So can I dedicate multiple people at once, or is it one person at a time?
You can do it all as part of a single rite.
Okay, so I'll only have to spend one gnosis, I think, or is it one per item?
It's one per item.
One per item, so 3 phones. So yeah, I'll have to dedicate. That's all 3 of my. That's all 3 of my remaining gnosis.
And for the record, it is a -2 wisdom penalty to bind inappropriate items, and the examples they use, it does include smartphones in there. Chainsaws, smartphones, or MP3 players does not apply to glasswalkers or bone gnars.
Right, bone gnars and glasswalkers are the only ones that can get away with.
So the question,
dedicated chainsaws for days.
So the question, Jack, then becomes: does that penalty apply because I'm a silent strider, or does it not apply because I'm in a glasswalker sept?
It applies because you are a silent strider.
Okay.
Other part of reading through this is slightly confusing to me. Is that a penalty for the person doing the ritual or the person to whom it is bound?
Which page is that on again, Jeremy?
It says binding page 247. Binding inappropriate items to oneself. So it is the person getting it bound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's in the consequences part of the book.
That's where it is.
In that case, if it's a thing that applies on the individual level, not the sept level, I wouldn't have offered because Hikau would have been taught not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then Aiden will bring it up.
Okay.
All right. So we'll assume that everybody's been made aware. Hey, Hikau can bind these to you. You will take a -2 to your temporary wisdom renown that you may have earned.
But we will, and Aiden will make the point, we're probably going to get that back and more by sept service, and this is essential to us operating as a group.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you make a sacrifice for functionality.
Also, I mean, seriously, let's all take half a fucking second and think about the fact that something that legitimately can improve pack survival status by allowing us to communicate, we take a fucking hit to our reputation because of that. I'm sorry, but that's just fucking stupid.
Okay, we can rail against the system all we want.
New moon, baby.
Don't make me punch you in the nose.
I do. I feel like bringing it up because it is relevant, and I'll pull out what is effectively a seashell, but it looks like a petrified seashell. I have methods of maintaining lines of communication without the cell phone, particularly in the Umbra.
That's gonna be problem.
While I understand that communication is important, I do have workarounds for anybody who does not want to have a Weaver spirit dedicated to them.
Looks like something you bought off of Etsy.
I'd like to have my phone.
I will.
I'd like to have mine dedicated.
So people are aware there are alternatives.
All right.
And I'll put the
There
seashell
are
back.
those alternatives are less functional when we have to operate on.
Until you spend 4 totem points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then it's all good because we just talk in each other's heads.
Yeah.
By the way, have we actually been bound to the totem yet?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
You are officially a pack.
Because I don't remember if there were any like mechanical modifications that happened when we did that.
We did not spend any points yet,
Okay.
or do any of that.
No one?
No, I have.
Let me be
Oh.
clear. We did not determine what our pool is.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
We should probably do that at some point.
No, you're good. You're good.
Mechanical question so that maybe our theurge can retain some gnosis. I have a point of gnosis. Can I like funnel that to our theurge who's doing the ritual part?
Not in this case, no.
Okay. All right.
Okay, just next time we kill some spirits, let me eat.
Yeah.
I mean, basically.
So yeah, I will spend my 3 points of gnosis to bind cell phones to people and take.
All right.
And
give me a
take...
wits and rituals difficulty 7, as this is a mystic rite.
Does my cool-headed specialty on wits apply?
Nope.
Okay. Mystic rites. Wits, not intelligence.
Wits.
And
yep.
Wits and what? Rituals?
Rituals.
Yes.
Yep.
If 7.
In fact, enacting rites pretty much never takes intelligence. It's either wits, charisma, or stamina.
3 successes.
3 successes. Hey, bing, bang, boom.
Woohoo!
And I'm out of gnosis.
3 phones are dedicated.
Wait.
What? Is there a mechanical effect to being out of gnosis like there is to being out of rage?
Nope.
Okay.
Can't use
I was gonna say you can't use anything that requires it.
I can't use any of my fetishes.
Basically. Well, no, you can. You just always have to roll gnosis. You can't spend.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can still use your fetishes. You just.
I thought they also required spending a gnosis in addition to rolling.
No.
Okay.
It's either roll or spend so that you don't have
well,
to
in
roll.
that case, I have 2 more gnosis than I thought I did because I was spending and rolling for activating my fetishes.
Oh, okay. So you have 2 gnosis.
Never mind.
Sweet.
Yay. Still let me eat next time.
Still below half tank though, which is not a great place for your theurge to be. Anyway. All right. So you have things dedicated.
Yep.
You're preparing to go in and meet with First Strike.
Also, after dedicating, I will list off a list of materials that would be useful for me in talking to spirits. If anyone that has money could help me out with them.
Yeah. Those of you who got your cell phones bound to you. You do subtract 2 from your wisdom.
Yep.
Renown. The bottom bar, not the top bar. Top bar is your permanent.
I had 3. Now I have 1.
Hey,
That's where I'm saying
Cal,
too.
Yes.
if you got a minute, yeah, I'm happy to help you out with the things you need there. But you think maybe sometime if you and I are in the neighborhood of a spirit who could help us out with it, maybe you could teach me how to speak to spirits. Something I always wanted to. Well, it's been a while. I'd like to pick the habit back up.
I'm always willing to assist with someone who wants to learn the language of spirits.
I appreciate it. I looked it up on Duolingo, but they just ain't added that one yet.
What's Duolingo?
Oh, you're gonna love it.
No.
There is, Hakao probably recognizes enough Russian to know a very derisive comment.
It's like, oh, that means the same thing in Macedonian.
like even if it's not the exact words.
Yeah. Just
they're close languages.
Similar enough.
Well, you got a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you got a moment. Come here.
Sure. What you got?
So, and I'm going to sort of take him aside and go, look, I understand what your role is. I get it. But one thing you've got to realize is a lot of these people are not exactly wise to the same level that we are. And what's going to sound like jokes and is funny it's going to be taken seriously by some of these people. The jokes are going to fly completely over their heads.
Hey, look, Woodstock, I got to ask you this.
Aiden. My name is fucking Aiden.
Okay, fucking Aiden. Listen to this. Hakao is what tribe?
Hakao's a Silent Strider.
And what is the defining attribute of the Silent Striders?
They're wanderers.
Exactly. And they come in contact with
fucking everything.
Exactly.
What's your point?
So don't you think that a tool, maybe in a form that might be unconventional or unfamiliar to Hakao over there, but don't you think that a tool that would allow somebody in that position to learn at their own speed one or perhaps multiple languages might be something that he might enjoy?
I mean, that's a whole loaded question because we're going to get into a huge debate that I'm not interested in getting to at the moment. The gist of it is, if that's the case, Hakao is about at a. I'm gonna guess based on the amount of experience that we've had with him so far, probably about, let's put it at about a 10 to maybe 12, 15 on the technological scale. Getting into language translation and learning apps is about a 45. We need to step that kind of stuff in.
Look, I understand where you're coming from. And again, you know my role, I know your role. But again, it's something that little kids are using to help them learn different stuff. So I get you. You got to throw your alpha around. But like I said, if you don't got to use it. I got them all phones with a lot of fucking storage on there. I'll put the apps on. If you don't want to use it, you don't got to use it.
What sound does a very slow aneurysm make?
None. It's completely silent.
Yeah.
Yes, it's completely silent. So much of that conversation is going to be put over here for a moment. And I just want to make one thing super clear.
Don't like the cute little owl. I get it.
Well, no, this has nothing to do with that no. What I'm doing, this is not some kind of throwing my alpha around. This is trying to look out for and make sure that everybody who I am responsible for is not mistreated. That includes by their pack members under the guise of being a ragabash.
And look, I get that. But again, I'm offering to hook the guy up with something that could help him learn different languages. You want me to turn down the giving everybody a hard time? That's fine. But don't stop me from helping people take advantage of something that's new to them just because it's not the way that things are done. We just spent time dedicating phones. Like I said before, like you said, that's another conversation we can have. But that's fucking bullshit, and you know it. You know that that's bullshit, that we can't use fucking phones. And that's why everybody just signed up to take a hit to their fucking reputation so that we can all be in touch when the shit comes down.
I mean, we can use phones. We just get shit on for it. And that's what you do, because we can't change everybody else's minds.
Look, fucking Aiden, we've all been shit on, right? That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
You want me to cut the bullshit? Fine. We're here because for however long, some of us for our whole fucking lives, we've been shit on. We're going to continue to get shit on. My concern is that we get shit done.
Sounds good.
So if we can get that done through new ways, I say we do that.
At about
Your suggestion is definitely taken in under advisement.
At about that point, a message comes to everyone's phone, because I'm assuming Sal hooked up the group text that just says, "Hello, this is Hakao." And I imagine that Anastasia, at the very least, has been cringing the entire time Hakao was texting this, because he was using one finger and going very slowly and deliberately.
Anya doesn't seem too bothered by it, actually. It genuinely does not seem to register to her as unusual that Hakao is having trouble with it.
And so it took the entirety of that conversation for Hakao to text, "Hello, this is Hakao," to the group text.
Sal looks down and then looks back up with just a big fucking shit-eating grin, and he's like, "See? A fucking new age is dawning."
He'll learn. It's fine. All right. Good talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, again, to keep you in the loop, I did put Pokemon Go on Alex's phone.
You take that shit off right now.
I've possibly already started.
Like that. I found a Chansey.
It's going to be really rough because Alex can't go anywhere, and this is almost definitely not a focus.
Yeah, legit. That's why he said it.
This is not a remotely a Pokestop.
No,
Nope.
already started though.
It's okay, we can make it a Pokestop. It's just a long, complicated thing.
Alex cannot yet. Sure, give it a few days, maybe. We'll see how that actually plays out, because let's be honest, luck is not on our side. But at the moment, in this side of the world, you just gave her something that's really fun that she can't actually use.
Look, she can use it around the place, but listen.
There's not any Pokemon.
Look, I don't fucking know. I don't even know how the app works. I don't chase Pokemans, but here's the thing. Why do you think I show Jaws? Why do you think I bring in movies? Because look, I know it. You and I, we ain't met us. I get that. Yeah. But these are kids who are fucking stuck in cans and buildings like this for their whole lives. And there's a whole world out there. So like you said, what do you think that feels like? You gotta bring in things to show them what the outside world is like.
you're not wrong. Just out of random curiosity, I feel like I've been pretty forthcoming about why I'm in sort of the persona non grata section. Care to share?
Yeah. So, how much do you know about the Glasswalkers?
They're not my closest tribe I've worked with, but I'm not unfamiliar.
You know anything about the camps in charge?
I no, legitimately not.
Used to be my guys. Now it ain't.
Okay.
Shit went down in New York. It didn't go so well to be a wise guy anymore. Nothing against the random interrupts. Seem like a smart bunch of kids, but well, there's a reason both in Guru society and in the world anymore that let's just say you come to Vegas and people think of it as a party town and not a mob town anymore, right?
Okay.
We all fallen far. I want to show that we still got something left to do.
Fair enough. All right. And Aiden will head back to the rest of the group.
Which is definitely not an answer to your question, but
Nope. That exactly. All right. Who wants to go to the Umbra, kids?
Yeah.
We need
Like
to-
flip, and I'm doing stuff with my phone. I don't know how you play Pokemon Go because I've never played it, but
Oh my god, it's such a good game.
I mean, I feel like you're just currently like, it's broken.
Well,
Hold on. Pokemon show up at random places, even if you're not near a Pokestop. There will be Pokemon. Around the
I know there
complex.
were some at the random like 50
I don't know.
era
I feel
of
like Karens are probably
worked out for a while.
specific warded away from that kind of thing,
They're
so
like
that
gafflings.
random morons don't just walk
Well, it's-
into this cairn.
It's
Oh, so to clarify, aside from places that are Pokestops, Pokemon show up randomly. You can't just walk closer to something because you see a
Yeah.
Pokemon over there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That was just people who hadn't played the game writing scare stories about it.
I was joking.
but anyway.
Dakota's probably like watching Alex in fascination. with
No,
this.
yeah. See, so you have to sort of like, and I'm kind of like half showing you.
It's definitely
They
on
like-
Dakota's phone too.
They live inside the phone.
No, yeah, they're
Okay.
like little. They're as the person who has never played this game in my entire life tries to explain it in character. Alex explains sort of how it works, and we'll probably actually like show you a little bit how to do it. If she might guess that Sal has put that on your phone, she knows Sal. So
There's also Fortnite on both of your phones. Sal just Googled
Yes.
popular iPhone.
okay,
Oh
I
my
do know more about Fortnite.
They're
Okay.
so
Oh, look.
Sal,
bad pay to
Sal,
Sorry.
why is there something called Wizards Unite on this phone?
Comes over and he says, it leans over real close. He's like, "The Dragon Mages." No, I'm just shitting you. It's a game. Look, I just put a bunch of stuff on there. Like I said, if you want to play it,
Taps
you can.
into it. Oh, it's Harry Potter. Okay.
Sal has no response for that.
Ingvar, after a moment, finishes basically feeding a whetstone to her fang dagger, slides it into the sheath that's under her left arm bracer, and stands up. All right, so we're going to the Umbra then.
Hekau, could I see yours for a moment?
I'll hand my phone over.
Anya will look over, and being fairly proficient at this, go in, make sure there are none of the trick games that trick you into microtransactions without notifying you properly, or
Just
I mean-
shadow block it.
Aiden doesn't give a shit about that. That all comes out of Sal's salary.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
just nothing that would be an accident. Anything where purchases are clear, go ahead.
Aiden leans over and turn off GPS.
I assumed it was already off. Isn't Sal?
I
good?
don't. Just check, please.
Yes.
Just please check.
Is GPS off?
I mean, yeah, for stuff that we're using here at the
Okay.
con, yeah, it is.
Okay.
And
I will check all 3 phones if people let me.
Alex won't let you. I've done it already. It's done. I know how this works.
Alex, are you sure?
Yes.
Alex had a phone before. Her phone's just broken.
I grew up in a glasswalker sept. I know basics.
Okay.
And,
Cool.
and I apologize. Actually, I forgot that Sal did not buy Dakota's phone, so I'm sorry, Holly. That's no, you don't have anything installed on yours.
His phone was
okay.
someone else.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I will say, I think on Cal's phone, the main thing that I put on there, I know for sure is that there's a paid subscription to Duolingo for Cal, and there is anything else that you think would be funny.
Honestly, the Duolingo thing is probably the first thing he opened up because it's an owl.
Right, it's an owl.
Silent Striders, owls. Yes, this is an obvious thing.
I love it. Love it so much.
Anya will inform him. You speak to spirits. You do not need.
Nah.
It's fine.
That was not while you're there because you're having.
Yeah, you're having a conversation.
We explore a phone.
Sorry.
It's fine if
This is after.
I speak with spirits and I can learn languages from the spirits if I need, but it's also fun to do it the normal way.
Yes, but that is not. If it works for you, it works. But it is sentence structure and actual context and conversations are not things it will teach you.
Fair enough. Still, I'm interested. I willfully failed my curiosity roll.
Right about.
And if you're
this
curious
time.
about anything, you will stop Duolingo in about 30 days.
Right about this time, First Strike steps up. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Put the phone
Not
away.
ready.
Yep.
Good. Follow me. And she just steps into midair and vanishes.
I will follow after.
Are you
Now
doing
that
it for
we're-
the entire group,
Now that
or
we're a pack, only one person has to do it, right?
technically?
Yeah.
The gauntlet here
Correct.
is currently 6. If you activate your mirror shades, it will go down to 4.
Let me see if I can activate my mirror shades. Come on, it's only diff 7. I've got 5 dots of gnosis. Oh, that was the mod, not the difficulty. No mod. 1 success. Yep,
Good enough.
that's all I needed.
Are you doing it for the group?
Yes. No, that was to activate my mirror
Yeah.
shades.
Yeah. But for
Right,
the
yeah.
Now I'm doing the step sideways,
Right.
which is what difficulty?
Gnosis at difficulty 4. Now that you have your shades activated.
Also, again, for anyone who's not
Success.
visually watching this, John is actually wearing mirrored shades.
Yes, I am. I am wearing the mirror shades that Hekal wears. And he just goes just rubs his finger across the rim, and then steps sideways with everyone.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll.
I did.
Oh, okay.
1
I
success.
saw there as well. Yep. All right. So it takes you guys a little while to materialize. You can feel whatever barrier this is clutching at you, slowing you down a little bit. But eventually you come out the other side.
Is that the gauntlet feels stronger than it was the first time we stepped through, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It's getting stronger. I'll say as we as we materialize.
Could be a lot of reasons. Time of day. The cairn had just been opened, so that probably that probably weakened the veil right there, and it kind of returned a little more normal.
Yes, I'm aware.
It's been getting stronger as the cairn is solidifying.
So what are we doing here?
We are going to find spirits and entreat them to guard our home on this side of things.
So
I got one idea for a stop.
while the group of you are talking to spirits, I guess I'll watch out for murderlings and things like that and keep them away if we need to.
That is probably wise.
But keep paying attention to this too.
And she reaches into a bag at her waist and pulls out a couple of ram sticks. Flips them back and forth.
Good, that's all she did. She shifts to Glabra.
Okay. And then she sets them down next to each other and just rears her head back and howls. And there's a moment of silence. Everybody can roll me perception and alertness difficulty 7.
Do I know what she's doing?
You recognize a summons when you hear one, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Nothing.
What was the roll?
Perception alertness difficulty 7.
Nope.
Is this visual?
Yes.
Might have missed at the difficulty, but I failed anyways. So
0 successes.
3 successes.
Okay.
2 for Sal.
Dakota, you hear them coming first, a little fluttering of wings. And then Alex, Sal, Aiden, you guys see them coming in. It's a flock of probably about 15 or 20 birds, it looks like. But as they grow closer and land in front of her, she addresses them in spirit speech. As the only one who can understand this, Hekau, you hear her say, "Eat, friends, and then we can talk." And this flock of bird-like spirits just destroys, just rips into the ram sticks that are sitting there.
I am watching, and I'm basically, from what I can see visually, I'm trying to determine the differences between her rite of summoning and mine, and just sort of trying to learning those locational differences.
Hers seems a lot more primal almost, which is weird because literally everything about her kind of screams Glasswalker.
Yeah.
But you're starting to pick up on the fact that she and Dakota definitely share a similar heritage.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
But these spirits consume these electronic components that she's laid out on the ground. And as they're eating, she turns to you, Hekau. Have you met them before? The cellular sparrows.
Have I?
You haven't.
Yeah.
But as you look, you see that there's bits of circuitry and occasional sparks that just trail down the outlines and fill the eyes of these bird-like creatures.
No, I haven't, but I would like to.
They are good at watching and listening. We should keep them here. If we come at night, there will be wireless bats. Tell them what we need and see if they will agree.
So I will step up to the sparrows. Still in spirit speech. So again, things that Haka would know that I wouldn't necessarily know. How would you approach this? Like,
so these seem to be a fairly low power level spirit. I mean, they're probably Gaffling-esque, maybe a little smarter than that. And they seem to have a little bit of understanding that they've been called here for a purpose, at least. Go ahead and give me a intelligence and occult as you watch these things. See if you can learn more about them. Difficulty 7.
I assume in learning, my specialization would apply because it's analytical.
Yeah.
If 7, intelligence occult, specialty applies. 3 successes.
So they're eating the ram sticks. But every so often, one of them will leap into the air and apparently snatch something that you can't see. They're apparently eating something else that's not visible to you as well while they're here.
Can I make a guess as to what that is?
Yeah. Go ahead. Do you have any dots in computers?
No, I don't.
In that case, intelligence and streetwise difficulty 9.
Sorry, I'm getting messages from people who are supposed to not be on shift right now at work, talking to me about companies that we don't serve overnight, asking me if I'm helping them or not. It's like, we don't. They're not 24-hour customers. No. Sorry, what was that roll?
Intelligence and streetwise difficulty 9.
Because for some reason the people above me feel like breaking the rules they have established is the correct way to do customer service, rather than saying, well, if you want support overnight, then you should pay for it like the people who do pay for it do.
While John's dealing with that, being very familiar with computers, I understand I can't understand any of what's going on, but is there anything that I'm like making connections on or seeing that others might not?
You can roll me an intelligence and computers difficulty 8.
Okay.
Sorry, intelligence streetwise difficulty what?
9.
Sorry.
Does analytical specialty apply?
Yeah.
1 success.
I'm probably just keeping an eye on things just because I also can't understand anything and I don't have that much computer knowledge, but I'm just trying to like body language are things going well.
That should be 2 successes for Hakao because he did roll a 10 and the specialty applies.
That's right.
And there's only a single 1 in there.
Yep. So with 2 successes each, you would guess they're eating wireless packets. Like actually eating communication as it passes through.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that's where all the drop signal comes from.
It does.
Sorry, I'm preoccupied at the moment. What does that mean? Anything to me? Like deal wise? I'm trying to do 3 things at once. Sorry.
If that's what they eat, making a promise that there will be a consistent or constant source of that in the surrounding area could be a.
I'll look over my shoulder at Anastasia and in English. Do you have a wireless router or a powerful one in your office?
I believe.
I think
Aaron-
Aaron has
sorry.
stepped away from.
I
their
didn't see that. I
microphone
didn't see that Aaron
temporarily.
had stepped away from their microphone.
Sorry.
All right.
Occasionally urgent things come up when I'm trying to help. Be
It's
helpful.
all good.
What did you need?
I looked over my shoulder at Anastasia. Do you have a wireless router or a particularly powerful wireless router in your office?
Probably.
Do you think we could have a spare one that is just running, but not connected to anything necessarily?
That seems entirely. Jack.
Yeah.
Is that possible? Would the Glasswalkers say no?
So is Hikau describing what he's actually looking for in terms of the source?
Yeah, like trying. Basically, the idea is that
Okay.
if what they eat is wireless signal, then could we have a dedicated but wireless router for them to feed off of?
Get them their
Right.
own network?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. That doesn't necessarily have to be. I mean, it might be nice if it was transmitting interesting things, but yeah, basically have a constant source for the wireless packet eating spirits.
Yeah, I don't mind if people
feed
are.
off
I don't
of.
mind if people are using it. It's just like I'm thinking like a secondary one that wouldn't interfere with Anastasia's work that she needs.
All is connected to that router, just a single laptop with YouTube on autoplay.
Yes. I'm thinking we give the young children who have YouTube access to it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Right, because if their signal drops every once in a while,
yeah, something for people who aren't doing important work to do.
Right.
To use.
But
yeah, let them have the guest nest.
Same question.
Yeah, no, you definitely think you could set that up, and if you have questions on whether the Glasswalkers would care, here's First Strike standing right there.
First Strike is a Glasswalker.
Yes, she is.
And presumably higher up than me, given her career path.
It seems to be.
Certainly doable from my end. First Strike. Would there be objections from your or people who setting up something like this for nutrition?
If it is the cost that must be paid, the cost will be paid.
I can do it. Unless Aiden tells me not to.
Okay, so heading back over to the birds, I'll crouch down and in spirit speech.
More?
We could provide you with your very own source of this, and I'll indicate where they were sort of biting at invisible things.
Feed more. Yes.
If you would agree to be our eyes in the Umbra.
I can watch what you're looking for, partner. One of them spits out.
Does it sound like they're repurposing other people's dialogue?
Yeah, it sounds exactly like that.
And you can see more of that Monday nights in a couple of weeks.
Great.
Do I think that's an affirmative?
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. Mm-hmm, yep.
So how do I seal this deal, if anything?
Go ahead and give me a, let's say, charisma and expression. Given what you have to offer, difficulty 4.
3 successes.
Over the course of about 10 minutes of just talking, conversing back and forth, and sort of wading your way through their recompiled speech patterns, apparently gleaned from various signals and scraps of conversation that they've consumed over the past few days. And it's a little weirder when it's a slightly more complex thought that has to be communicated, and one of them starts the sentence and a different one finishes it. But you're able to negotiate that this flock will serve at least as daytime surveillance, basically, on the Umbra side, staying in the area as long as the router's running.
Well, look over at First Strike. Are the wireless bats similar to these?
Very.
Look back over at Anastasia. We'll need 2 of those.
Of course.
Because now I'm planning for the nighttime.
You're also able to manage that if they see something, one of them will materialize and deliver the warning, but only the warning. They won't stay on the materials, the gauntlet, beyond as long as it takes to deliver the warning to one of the guardians who are here.
Pulling out my cell phone. Could I see if they, rather than materializing, or maybe this is how they materialize, could I see if they could simply communicate it to me through this device?
Let me take a look at their stats and see if they have the ability to do that.
Because
let them post in the group text.
Because if they could send a text message or a tweet, being cell phone birds, then that would be very useful.
That would count.
And it would be hopefully less stressful on them if it was possible.
Having 4.
I mean, that seems like a thing that would make sense.
It would also mean that I wouldn't be the only one that could get the warning.
Yep.
Well, so you negotiated it that they would put their warning to one of the guardians, so basically the people here.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right. So it wouldn't necessarily just be you. According to the book, they don't have the ability to do that, but I don't see why not. Sure.
Okay. So yeah, I'll see if I'll get them hooked into our text chain.
I have a fetish that would allow us to call them. I assume that would go both ways.
No.
No? Okay.
Nope. Mm-mm.
They don't have a cell phone number.
They don't have a cell phone number.
They do.
They don't innately have a cell phone number.
But yeah, so I will set that up so that we have Spirit ADP on the line.
Right.
And then
First Strike nods.
Yeah.
You will be good guardians, I think. Go back to the real world now. I need to find things that can fight.
Do we not want to talk to Vin's stable full of gun spirits?
No.
Why not?
She looks at you, then beckons for a minute, and walks over, looks around in this very bare patch of grass. And as you're looking around, the only structure that you can see is that sculpture that forms the heart of the cairn and the walls. I don't think they are here.
Can I roll something to see if Sal would have any ability to know, what the deal is with gun spirits? And if there's any way we could get them to be present or be drawn to Vin's collection?
Intelligence and occult.
I don't have a cult.
Oh, then not really, no.
Okay. Then Sal says.
Have to ask somebody.
Yeah, I was going to say, then Sal says out loud, isn't there any way we could draw some of them? I mean, it seems like he's got enough to make a pretty comfortable home for some.
I believe that's an area that we should not currently step in at the moment, as I understand our keeper of the land is going to be having a conversation with Vin. Juniper's going to talk to Vin, so we shouldn't stick our heads in it.
I'm curious about it. I'm not going to say anything, but I would like to make a roll to see if that's possible.
Give me an intelligence and occult difficulty 7.
Does my analytical specialty apply? Okay.
Not in this case.
2 successes.
So you've heard of a level 2 rite called the Rite of Spirit Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
When it's performed on a mundane object, it causes the spirit of that object to awaken and appear in the Umbra.
In spirit speech to First Strike, are you aware of the Rite of Spirit Awakening?
She gives you a very sincere smile.
Pending the Keeper of the Land's approval, but that might be an option.
We shall see.
And Ingvar kind of looks around. I guess while you're here, if we're not around, keep an eye out for Menegwo.
He is sleeping.
Oh. Fair enough then.
He walks over back to the sculpture and just lays a very reverent hand on it. And as you guys look, you can see the sculpture itself now, where there's always been some rust to it in the material world when you've seen it. Its spirit umbra form, there's a lot of variance to it now. There's welding seams through the beams that were one solid piece. It seems like there's various types and alloys of metal that definitely are not there on the other side of the gauntlet. And the entire object is taking on a very patchwork sort of appearance. He was running and needed a place to hide. So he came to his people, and his people will protect him. He is all of us, and we are his.
I have the sick feeling that we know what he was running from.
Then perhaps that is the secret to awakening him. And that is where we're going to end for the evening.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Cheap smoke rising like a spirit in the soft glow of a New York street. No glamour or cop can hide the animal heart inside of me. Lost faith, martyrs with an axe to grind. Old hatreds are tied and tamed, chasing the faintest trail. Solemn companion pale protects me from my pain. Cold reflections, they tell no lies, but eyes just scratch the surface. I don't share skin-clad wolf. I hope the spoils were worth it. Who's evading the skin-clad wolf? The eyes just scratch the surface.